like button right now if you can, because we are live, pal! Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I can't believe. I'm just kidding. What's going on? Hey guys, did the alert go out there, everybody, that we're live? Randy Orton started the show tonight. It's arguable that you might have thought CM Punk should have started it. I get it. A lot of people thought that. Hey, maybe CM Punk should have came out first. Especially since they're in Nashville. And Nashville sometimes are known to be sleepers, to be honest. But tonight, I thought Nashville did a pretty good job of rising to the occasion as best as they can because, man, a lot of times Nashville is, like, quiet and dead. And I thought they were at times tonight, but they did have they had a little more, power behind them tonight than they usually do in Nashville. So, hey, it could have been worse. It really could have been way worse. And so I thought it was pretty good. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button down below and stick the thumb directly up my sphincter. I've been working at this all day and all week. I really appreciate it. I'm not very happy right now. Monday Night Football. I was hoping Monday Night Football would win me some Christmas money. You know what I mean? When you're desperate. When you're desperate around Christmas time and you do anything to try to whatever. Well, I spent $15 on the football game tonight, and it was so close. So I'm a little bit down about the football game, but I'm going to come out of it. I'm going to snap out of it and try to get happier. Got to get up really early for work tomorrow. I'm going to try to snap out of it. But, yeah, boy, did that game go terribly for me. If you watch Monday Night Football, I mean, it was like it was like the Patriots and the Giants all over again. The Patriots and the Giants, they were like dumb. Anyway, I got to be honest, man. It was hard to get through all of Raw 3 hours, even with the anticipation of CM Punk. I really wonder what the ratings are going to do tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I thought it was a bit of a cop-out tonight. I got to be honest. I thought it was a cop-out holding him until the very last 5 minutes of the show. I hate when they do that, and they did it now here with CM Punk. I was actually, I'll tell you what. If I wasn't working a full-time job, and by the way, I wasn't feeling great today either. I probably could have done it earlier today. I was home, but I just wasn't feeling great today. But I would have made a video about how I don't want this to go tonight with CM Punk. And, I guess I would have liked, I don't know what I would have liked. I don't know how you could do it better because Randy Orton gets to come out to the opening pop of the night, right? People think, is it going to be Punk? What's going to happen to start the show? Oh, but it's Orton, but we love him anyway, so cool. That's great. So I thought that was a safe thing because if you save Orton for the end to come out, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? How do you end on the best segment? Well, you start with Orton. The beginning of the show is going to be hot anyway, so you start the hottest you possibly can, and you're going to close out the show at the very end with CM Punk. You're going to have these ad commercials that are going to be like, you're going to drive up the price of the commercials. That's why you can go commercial-free for the first hour, because you're going to just, the buy rate for the commercials are going to be nuts, especially for the last, 20 minutes of the show and whatever else, and with CM Punk coming out. So, what they did made sense. I'm not sitting here trying to say, I understand what happened. And overall, this is going to burst the rating. I would have, creatively, in my opinion, I would have rather said, CM Punk will address us tonight at 10 p.m. On Monday Night Raw. And I would have rather that just as a fan. And I would have rather set up a main event that was exciting. I would have set up a main event that was interesting from the start of the show, at the end of the show, and I would have said, and maybe even you could have put CM Punk as the referee. Now, maybe that's a stupid idea, and you guys can let me know in the chat if you think that that's dumb, and I'm dumb for thinking that, and maybe I am, and maybe it's me just trying to break up the show a little bit. But maybe they did things the right way. I mean, listen, if this was a 2-hour show, I would have thought that this would have been a fine way to close to run it. But because it's a 3-hour show, it was so excruciating getting to that point. I thought I thought I liked Randy Orton in the beginning. And I thought, again, the crowd, people are going to get on the crowd, say, oh, the crowd's boring. It was a very bad crowd or whatever. Nashville's not always the greatest. They're not always the best. They're decent enough, but they have a lot of times where it's quiet down there. It's that southern pocket that gets quiet and tired for whatever reason. Anyway, I'm going to put a poll up. What did you think of Raw? But I want you guys to let me know. And we're going to bring on some people, and we're going to get you guys in on this whole thing in the chat. But guys, right now, please click that like button. We need to get over 100 likes. It would really help me out on the channel. Awesome, okay, blah, terrible. Those are your options for the rating, and I'm going to put the poll up right now. I'm going to try to read the chat best I can. We're going to have people calling in the show at some point. The Vikings took a dump on themselves. Yeah. I was disappointed with this episode. A lot of people were not happy. Nashville is a casual crowd. What did y'all expect? Says, yeah, I mean, they were. And I think that waiting 3 hours for Punk, knowing that Nashville is a quiet crowd or a tame crowd a lot of times, that's what I'm saying. That's why, I would have rather they put CM Punk out there almost right at the beginning, right? Or at 9 o'clock or at 10 o'clock. The fans might still be buzzing then, but certainly if he opened the show up, it might have been better. If he opened the show and then said, I'm going to be, and tonight in the main event of the show, which we don't know what it is yet, I'll be the referee. Or later on, it could be announced. It could even be announced randomly later on. You bring CM Punk out to say what he just said there, 10 minutes, he leaves, and then they announce that at 10 o'clock we're going to hear from the Viper Randy Orton who's back, that sort of thing. And then they could have set up a feud that's going to happen in the main event tonight, and CM Punk, maybe CM Punk is the referee. I don't know, but whatever. The bottom line is I don't know how I feel 100% yet about the show tonight. It was fine. It was okay. We got to see Punk come out, okay, 5 minutes. Randy Orton was good, too, at the beginning. And I get it. We're not exactly going to start a feud tonight or whatever. Take their time. By the way, Shinsuke Nakamura coming out as the guy who attacked Cody. So Shinsuke Nakamura is obviously the guy that they're setting up with Cody to be the rivalry until they can get to the whole, whatever happens at the Royal Rumble with Cody Rhodes. So Shinsuke Nakamura can take on Rhodes and basically be this, this rival, this thing to do for Cody. Well, Cody needs something to do till the Rumble. So that's what they're setting up there. I thought Punk's promo was, I got to be honest. It's amazing that Punk is back. It really is. It's amazing that Punk is back in the WWE. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's funny because of the AEW situation. But his arrival in AEW was pretty crazy. And then his promo on AEW was really raw, to be honest. His promo tonight was good. I really liked it, but I don't exactly know the focus. You know what I mean? I think if I was Punk, I would have said more I thought, I stayed away because of grievances and whatever. And you could say it was about finding myself, finding out who I was. And sometimes you have to try something different before you find out what you really love. When you've, and it took me a long time and a long journey, and I've been everywhere. I've been to hockey games, charity events. I've been beat up in octagons. I've gone to other places. I've seen the world over the last 10 years. And there were times when I was at a hockey game where I thought, this is the best life has to offer, and I love it. And there were times when I was in another company, and I thought at first, man, this is the way it's supposed to be. I love it. And there were times when I would be on vacation and I thought, man, I could just live here forever. And there were times when I was training for an octagon fight and I thought, I don't think it gets any better than this. And I had that feeling when I was first in the WWE. But over time, that feeling never went away, and that's why I was here for 10 years. That's why I was in this company as long as I was. It felt like every single year I was in the WWE, I leveled up. I lived up to that best in the world. But since leaving here in the last 10 years, every other experience, I realize now I liked those experiences. I liked them for a short time. I enjoyed them for a short time. But in the end, they never lived up to the WWE, to this experience. And I found true love in this company. And when you find true love, you don't let it go. And it took all those experiences, blah, blah. And he could have done something like that, where he explained, because he sort of said this. He said this, but he only had 8 minutes, right? He only had 8 minutes. But, like, he sort of was saying that he's home. But guess The Rock said, I'm home. John Cena said, I'm home. You know, and now CM Punk is here saying, I'm home. And I feel like it was a safe, generalized, pretty good promo from Punk. And the timing of the promo at the end when he looked in the camera was great, by the way. That was great. But I would have preferred something like I was saying, where it was like, you know, yes, I had lots of experiences where at first I thought I was in love, but I found out she wasn't the girl for me. And then I thought I was in love with this, and she wasn't the girl for me. And then I thought I was in love with that, and she wasn't the girl for me. And the whole time, all I could ever think about was this girl. My first real love, the WWE. And ladies and gentlemen, after all these years, I can finally say, I am home. You know, that sort of thing. And it just didn't quite shape into that. It was like a little tidbits here or there of stuff. But like, whatever. You know, it was good. But again, like I said, and when he went to AEW, it was very clear that, like, he was like, this is a wonderful place, and I came from hell. And now I'm in a beautiful place. And you might have expected him tonight to say, I came from hell and I'm in a beautiful place. But he can't do that because like you just did that there about this place 2 years ago. Now you're going to do that about that place here. And you don't want to make it about the places, right? That's something also I'm sure they all didn't want to do. So you got a pretty good promo in a mediocre wrestling town. And that's what you got, man. Not too bad. But it's just... like, I don't know. It was pretty good. But the show, again, it was so long and waiting for this and everything. It was a wait to get to this point. By the way, Carson Daly, as I look at Barmageddon, how lame is Barmageddon? It opened up with the most countryest country song thing. And like Carson Daly looking overweight now and singing, and just, man, Barmageddon should just be called, I don't know, white people you don't want to hang out with or something. I don't know.
Super chat party.
Super chat party. Let's go to the super
Raw
chat.
kinda sucked. Was hoping we would get more from Punk.
Yeah, they really just sort of Jay and Joe's World. Thank you for the $4.99, Jay and Joe's World. Appreciate the $5, man. I'm getting some of my my lost money back tonight, I guess. I was really hoping that, you know, I bet on the football game tonight. I was hoping to make Christmas happen in a big. I was hoping to make some Christmas money on the football game, but good Lord, did I make a mistake. Stupid football game. I cannot believe the Vikings and Bears sucked that bad. It ruined everything. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do, I guess? Let's go to the poll real quickly. Let's see what you guys are saying about, Monday Night Raw opened up Randy Orton. And, of course, we had to wait the rest of the entire night to get to CM Punk. Some people even told me they got distracted because of it, which is kind of crazy. But overall, I expected this to still be a thumbs-up show because of the power of Randy Orton. And, CM Punk, being there. I would think that it would still do well, as far as people's feelings, despite. I just think they should have hit a home run, and I don't think they hit a home run. That's all. I thought they hit a big double or a single. They hit a loud single or double or something like that, in baseball terms. They threw a 50-yard pass tonight on Raw. But I was hoping for a touchdown. I was hoping for a home run. And they didn't quite do that. But they did, manage to, do well enough to get, 75% of you guys gave it a thumbs up, which is one of the better Raw ratings. However, honestly, Raw-wise, there's been better Raws this whole year. Like, from start to finish, there's been a few Raws that I think are better. And if you would put CM Punk and Randy Orton returning on some of the Raws that we had during this year that were better, you know what I mean? There's been about, there's been like 5, 6, 7, 8 Raws this year that were like somewhat decent, like 6 or 7 out of 10s, right? So if you put Randy Orton and CM Punk on one of those Raws, or those two tonight coming back on one of those other Raws, but, it would have been bigger. But whatever. Shinsuke Nakamura attacked, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was crying again tonight about Dusty, which is I don't blame him. I get it. I lost my father when I was 8. So sometimes I think about my dad and I get upset. I get upset over my dog. But Randy Orton opened the night up, came out, and he got, he was out there for a while. Rhea Ripley then comes out. She's kind of like talking trash to Randy Orton. It was kind of weird, that Rhea came out and Dom was there, and it was pretty good though. I thought it was a pretty good opening for Randy Orton, and he's in there with Rhea and Dom, and I liked it. But it was 20 minutes long. It was a 20-minute long segment with Randy Orton. And then we cut to this tag team, turmoil thing, and then some big fat guy called Jelly something was out there. I have no idea who Jelly Rolls is. I have no idea. But what I do know is later on in the night, Randy Orton gave him like a fist bump or a hug in the crowd after he attacked one of the wrestlers. And I swear to God, Randy Orton made a gesture like, ooh, he stinks. Did anybody else catch that? Or am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. But I swear to God, I thought I saw Orton be like, ooh, he stinks. And I'm like, wait, aren't you supposed to be cool with the guy? What the hell's going on? What do you mean he stinks? It was weird. Maybe I'm wrong. And I made a mistake or something? I don't know. Anyway, guys, what's up? Yeah, please hit the like button if you guys can. Stick the thumb up my ass. If you guys want to donate to the show tonight, the donation amounts, I have a ton of donation amounts. We've been doing them for years. They're listed in the description box down below. You can expand that and use that link. Or you can use the super chat feature, whichever makes it easier for you. Whatever you want to do is fine. I really appreciate it. He's a country singer. Okay, thank you, Welsh. That's probably why I don't know who he is. Okay, he's a country singer. Well, he's a diabetes patient, to me, it looks like. But I appreciate that. Oh, he was smoking weed. Okay, I get it. Okay. He just looked like he was like, ooh. But it looked like he said he smelled. He's a singer who can't sing. Oh, my God. Jack Perry needs to quit the business. Judas Reigns, thank you. Well, everyone is just loving Jack Perry now, right? Who doesn't love Jungle Boy Jack Perry or whatever he's called now? I don't even know. Oh, man. He single-handedly, pissed off Punk enough to destroy the company. The Jungle Boy Jack Perry might be the reason, the catalyst that helps destroy AEW. It's actually kind of amazing when you think about it. It's actually kind of fucking nuts and amazing. It's pretty funny. Oh my God, bro. What is this? Khan isn't pushing Miro, Andrade, Lee, and Malachi because they got that Triple H call about their contracts and they said nothing to Khan or said, okay, I'll try to get out, and it backfired. The only one who spoke up was Swerve. That's what somebody on Twitter just said. Dave says that in AEW, CM Punk felt like he was a bigger star than everyone. and he was the one that was drawing everything. Dave says Punk knows that there will be no tolerance for him screwing up in WWE, and Dave thinks he won't screw up because Punk respects the top WWE guys. Dave says there's a lot of ex-WWE guys that feel like AEW's top guys aren't really stars and wouldn't cut it in WWE. Yeah, I think that at this point, like, it used to be about, hey, let's get the WWE guys over to AEW. You know what I mean? But now I think Tony Khan is like, oh, no, I don't want to put guys on the air that might be going back to WWE. I mean, it's weird, but isn't that what it sounds like?
Duncachino?
I don't know.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's play the donations.
What's my name?
Nate Dogg. What's up, Nate?
Oh, new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness?
I'm your friend.
Say hello to my
Chocolate blend.
I know Raw is fake and it's an amazing show.
Yeah.
My question is this, does Punk and Rollins really have beef, or was that fake on Saturday night? AJ Lee coming back? Plaza God.
Well, you know, I talked about this in a video. I swear, did you guys not see the video? Come on, man. Thank you so much, Nate Dogg, for the donation. Nate Dogg, I did make a video about this earlier today, actually. I think, right? Oh, no, yesterday. I made a video about this yesterday because WWE is just trying to get all the backstage CM Punk drama stuff. They're trying to do that with Seth Rollins in their own company. So CM Punk has this big issue with, the Young Bucks and this real life thing that happens. And Tony Khan doesn't use it because it's so real he can't use it because they're idiots at AEW. At this point, AEW is full of fucking idiots. So they don't use it. And so WWE is using it. WWE is using it because AEW couldn't use it. And now they have the guy who's got all that stuff. And some of the fans in WWE will get it, some of them won't, but the bottom line is that they're going to use it, and it's going to work for both crowds. It's going to work for all the people that know AEW and know what CM Punk's been doing recently, and it's going to work for all the people that haven't really been paying attention, and they're just like, oh my God, CM Punk, I remember him. It's going to work for everybody. So that's the point. Nate Dogg, thank you for that $10 donation, Nate Dogg. Thank you, sir. So it's going to work for all those people. You know? Let me see. What else we got? Louis Urdaneta, how you doing, my friend? Thank you to Colin. Really appreciate that in the chat. Colin's got the big one. Also, the other day, Jesse had this to say. I put this up on the Corrupted, my other YouTube channel. I have so many YouTube channels, it's almost crazy. By the way, if you guys like Star Trek Late Night, join my Star Trek channel, Star Trek Late Night. Let me go over, though, real quickly. This is what Jesse said yesterday. This cracked me up. CM Punk came out, and somebody had made a meme thing of Punk looking at the hard cam side, and I thought this was funny. So here's a little clip of it real quick for the people that didn't hear it. Punk coming out. Why is there people on the hard cam side?
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, dude.
Tony Khan's gonna hang himself from his Antonio Inoki fucking scarf.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Bro, Jesse wins the whole night with that comment.
Oh, God.
Hang himself from.
Oh my God, dude.
Tony Khan's gonna hang himself from his Antonio Inoki fucking scarf.
Oh, God.
Bro, I'm sorry about that laugh, but that murdered me the other night. That was killing me, dude. Oh my God, Jesse. Bless his heart. He was barely on the show the other night much, and he's in the background, and he says that. He crushed me, man. But this is why I said back on November 8th, and I actually said it before November 8th, but WWE had a meeting with CM Punk, right? They had a meeting with him, and it was reported everywhere, and everybody acknowledged it. The WWE acknowledged it. Everybody acknowledged that they actually had a meeting. And then the news was, but they showed no interest. And I said in November 8th, I said, bullshit. They showed no interest. That is interest. Having a meeting shows interest. If they had no interest, the news would have been Punk asked for a meeting, but there was no interest. That's what would have been said. But that's not what was said. What was said was, we have no interest. There was a meeting. We all met, but there was no interest. And the point of that was, obviously, because they didn't want it to get out that the guy is really back. Oh, yeah, sometime he might come back, but we have no interest right now. You know what I mean? It's like, so that right there told you he's coming back. And that's what I said back on November 8th. And, and why am I bringing it up? It's because there were so many people, dude. It was only 20%. But when you talk about 20% of people, I mean, dude, I was getting like hate mail. I was getting like DMs like, you stupid asshole idiot. Even people that like me, like D. Welsh, were like, he's not coming back, But there were other people that were like, you're an asshole for making people think he's coming back. And you're so wrong, you scumbag idiot. Go look at the comments. Look at the comments on some of my videos that I put out about Punk. I'm not Schlong's View. I'm not making a video for the last 10 years called CM Punk Returns, CM Punk Returns, CM Punk Returns. I'm not doing that. I wasn't doing that. There was a legitimate reason to believe that he's coming back. And then it was known he was coming. Once they had a meeting, you knew he was coming back. Because you don't have a meeting and then say, we had no interest. You know what I mean? No. You got some kind of interest. Something's going on. Everybody should have known it. I told y'all. And I think maybe other people did too out there. I don't know. I don't listen to anybody else, so I don't know what people are saying. But, bottom line is, that's what I was trying to say with this. So F all those people that were like, you piece of shit, Screw you. You know what I mean? And then they start saying the CM Punk references on the show. It's like, come on, dude. How do you not know he's not coming back? Oh, well, WWE is just trolling the audience. When have they trolled all of us for like 6 months or for a month even? When have they trolled all of us for about a month or two and then not delivered on it? Unless there was something beyond out of their control that happened. Like, come on. I don't remember that. They teased Cody Rhodes for a long time too. They just did it with Cody Rhodes. That the guy could be coming back. You know what I mean? You get about a month ago, you have references to CM Punk here or there for about a week. They go completely away. The news comes out that he's not coming back. They said no to him after a meeting. How do you know they said no to him in the meeting? But one thing that nobody is denying is that the meeting took place. So that is the information that you need to remember and know. Is that the actual meeting between CM Punk and the WWE took place because it was leaked out. People agreed about it for the most part. It wasn't denied almost anywhere, and major sources all agreed on that fact. However, the news coming out of that meeting is that WWE has no interest at this time. Please go away. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Is it possible that they said, we do have interest and we want to do it at this time is when we'll do it, and then Punk said, I like that, let's do that. So then they went on and said, well, right now they're not interested, I guess. I don't know. So because they can't deny, otherwise it would have come out that I did not meet with the WWE and they're not interested in me. That's not what was said. What was said was they're not interested. So what we know and what we were told is they're not interested, but that the meeting happened. So this 100%, I mean, not 100%, but I mean, this pretty much says to me, okay, we start mentioning CM Punk references a month ago. Now this month, the new thing in November is that he's been added back to the WWE alumni site. So that's a clip from November 8th. There's the clip. And I put that video up earlier just because I wanted to drive it home for the people that said that I was completely crazy and full of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I gave you the reasons I believed it. Now, I wasn't right about when he came back. A couple of weeks ago, I said, to me, why wouldn't he come back in Chicago? Why would you wait until the Royal Rumble? You know, maybe because people would really not expect it then. So I had him coming back around the Rumble or closer to Mania. But I did say that I do think it's weird that he wouldn't come back in Chicago if they're in Chicago. And a lot of you guys thought he was coming back at Survivor Series. So there were people that really nailed this down. There was, I would say, about half of you guys. Half of you guys were like, yep, I think he's coming back, and I think he's coming back at Survivor Series. So a lot of you guys really felt this was going to happen and predicted it and knew or felt it. And I think honestly, by Survivor Series night, I started to think, you know what? I think he is going to come back tonight. I think it is going to be tonight. It's got to be. It's got to be. And then by the end of the night, I then thought, wow, they really, you know what? He's not going to. It's not going to be tonight. Wow. It's just Randy Orton. That's what this was. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess it's going to be later. And I'm going to get hate for another month or 2 or 3 now because people are going to think he's not coming back, but he is, but not tonight. Oh, well. Oh, well. It's still a pretty okay show tonight, and it's cool. Randy Orton did a good job. And then, boom, he comes out. But I still think, unfortunately, I don't think tonight's show really piggybacked off the hype of the other night enough. Like, I was at a 9 out of 10 hype mode for tonight for what was going to happen. Holy shit, I just knocked over a light. And I felt like they just kind of had an all right show. Like an all right, okay, there's our little Raw. Hey, guys, here's a little Raw for you. There you go. But I felt like tonight should have been like an explosion of crazy. I felt like tonight it should have been like the night after WrestleMania, shit's going down, and they did a little bit of stuff, right? Like we know Seth, we know what Seth wants to do and what's going on there, and then he's going to deal with Drew McIntyre tonight. We had jelly rolls out there slapping people and smelling like weed or whatever the hell was going on. But then, after Randy Orton's 20-minute segment that was pretty good, we had a big tag team turmoil thing or whatever it was, first contenders match that took up pretty much the rest of the hour. And I am going to go to the phone lines in a minute in the Discord, so be ready for that. And let's go to the donations really quickly, though. Guys, if you want to donate, and help out my channel, help me out, feel free to do it. But also make sure you say something. I'd love to have some opinions, thoughts. What are your thoughts? Did WWE botch tonight's CM Punk return, or was it good enough? Was it okay? What do you want? I mean, come on, what do you want? What do you guys feel about this? Am I crazy? Did you love it? Was it mediocre? I want to know. Super chat or use the donation link for Streamlabs up above. Stream Elements is down below too if you want to use that. Whatever. There's like 3 different ways to do it. And we're taking memberships tonight, of course, but we do have some donations that are waiting. So let me get to those. Judgment Day was pretty good too, by the way. The backstage segment there was all right. And then we got Cody Rhodes at the top of the hour. So there's really just this kind of big showcase of all the talent and where things are going. Shinsuke showed up and red misted Cody in the face after he cried about his father again. And one of the more interesting things of the night for me, I was most interested in at the end of the night, at the beginning of it and the end of it, was, seeing the Viking Raider versus, I don't even remember names anymore, the 2 big fat guys. Mantar versus the Viking Raider guy. By the way, the Viking Raider guy trained me in wrestling for a little while. And I can't even remember his Ivar. I don't know. I can never remember the name. I mean, if I was doing commentary in WWE, I'd remember the names. But I just, at this point in my life, right now, I don't care. And let's remember, WWE didn't hire me because Road Dogg sent Michael Cole the wrong commentary. Thanks, Road Dogg. I want everybody to remind Road Dogg every day that he sent Michael Cole the wrong commentary of me, which made Michael Cole go, what the fuck is this, and not hire me. Good job, Road Dogg. Thanks.
Super chat party.
Doshi.
I was hoping he would say I'm back where the big boys play, not with Jungle Boys, Cowboys, Young Boys. This was my first show in 4 years and it was bad.
Oh, man. You know what that reminds me of, Doshi? First of all, I don't know if he should have really referenced the AEW people. But what I can say about your donation, about the second part of your donation, I had the same rant years ago. Do you guys remember this? They brought Stone Cold Steve Austin out for like the 30th year of Raw anniversary or whatever it was. Do you guys remember this? They brought everybody back for Raw, and it was like this big Raw, and it drew the most ratings. What was this, 4 years ago, guys, or 3 years ago, or what? Anybody remember? It was like Raw 30 or whatever, and it was nuts, right? They brought everybody back, and Stone Cold was the big featured thing. And it was like, holy hell, this is awesome. What a night. And dude, they did like 5 million or 4 million viewers. For the first time in fucking forever, they did like millions more viewers. They had I think there was 2 million people extra tuned in to see Raw 30. It was fucking crazy. And I said this. I said, man, they have got to do something that makes you go, wow, I've got to watch every week going forward. This is, holy crap, I got to get back into wrestling again and back into Raw. I forgot how good this is. They didn't do that. They literally just had them all come out, do this thing. That was good, but the problem is, not only did they not really give you enough to hook you for next week, but then the next week's show was awful. It was awful. So if you watched that whole Raw, you might have thought to yourself, oh, that was pretty good. That was definitely different than what I remember, but that was kind of cool. But, yeah, maybe I'll watch next week and whatever. And then you watch next week and it's trash. And I said, man, anybody who was thinking about watching this show that has heard it's terrible now or they haven't been watching it, they're going to watch next week and then they're going to go, this sucks. And they're going to turn it off. That's exactly what happened. And I had so many friends on Facebook who reached out to me and said, dude, I'm watching Raw for the first time in forever. Don't you do a wrestling thing on YouTube or something? I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I watch every episode. I haven't missed one forever since I was like a little kid. It's since 1993 and Raw started. I haven't missed a Raw, like pretty much. Oh, wow, okay. So, and dude, they all hit me up. They said, man, is this what it's like now? I mean, dude, like more than fucking 10 people hit me up and said, is this what it's like every week now? This is retarded. Like people hit me up and said that. And the viewership showed that. And I made the logical observation that like, well, there was nothing to cliffhang you over to the next week's show. And on top of that, next week's show wasn't very good either. So the few people that bled over to the next week, which was about 500,000 people, 500,000 people tuned in for the first hour of Raw the next week, and by the middle of the show, almost all of them were gone. And by the week after that, Raw was back to its regular ratings. And you can look up the numbers right now. That is what, and that's why your donation just a second ago, Doshi, that $5 Canadian, oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. That's why your donation, Doshi in Canada, resonates with me because it reminds me of that. You just tuned in to watch this for the first time in 4 years. And you basically got, okay, Randy Orton comes out at the top, gets in a little thing with some people. Then the regular show goes on. Cody comes out, cuts a promo on some things. A couple of promos, little feuds that aren't big deal things. A couple of matches happen, long drawn out matches happen. A couple of backstage little promo things. The Miz and Gunther, by the way, I told you that would probably happen. And I think that Gunther, like I said, I would have a squash match next, to be honest, to solidify it. And not a whole hell of a lot happened after that. Then Randy Orton had his match, you know, and Jelly Roll was out there, and Seth Rollins, you know, that was all right. But it was very, very PG cartoony and not a lot going on. And then finally CM Punk comes out and he's got 8 minutes to kind of just say like, hey guys, I'm back. We knew that. And that was it. And I get it. If you just tuned in after 4 years and you watch that, you're like, okay, but it was a big setup show. It was all set. Everything was set up, but nothing set anything up that was really crazy. Like I don't really care what Seth Rollins does at this point right now. I just don't feel it. I wanted to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk's beef. Why didn't you start with that? Like, why didn't you start with that? And I know what's going on. I get what's happening. At least I think I get what's happening. I think they're trying to get the belt off Seth Rollins. I think they need to. They're like, let's get the belt off Seth Rollins so that CM Punk and Seth Rollins can have this feud that's going to go on by WrestleMania. That way, it's not for a belt. I'm assuming that that's what they're doing. I don't know. So there was all this like sort of just vague setup tonight. Like Mommy and Dom with their problem with Randy, and I just don't know. Again, I feel like it was a cop-out of a show. It was just like, all right, everybody go out there and continue what happened last night slightly, and then we'll get out of here. Okay, that's it.
You raised a piece of shit.
Sad day. Sonny gets 17 years in pen for drunk driving murder and Zoe Stark gets 17 days in pound for biting the mailman. How come Def Leppard's drummer can play with one arm but Mac Jones can't play with two? Tony Khan's next announcement is he's fucked.
Wings! Oh my God, Jake, thank you so much. Jake from Snake Roberts.
It's me, Jake Roberts.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
The most vicious Donati or in the world is back. CM Punk's promo was boring.
The most vicious... What? AJ Adams, thank you for the $3. Yeah, Punk was all right, but yeah, like his AEW stuff was better. I'm just gonna be honest. CM Punk's debut in AEW was better. CM Punk's promo in AEW to start things off was better, I think. It felt like an alternate version, multiverse version of what he did in AEW. But you know, it's exciting to see that he's in WWE, and that's pretty cool. But it just was like, all right, I guess we'll wait for next week. But again, what's going to happen next week? So I'm a little bit down. I thought tonight was all right. Like I maybe give, I don't know, because of the hype and everything that went on, I would give the show like maybe a 5 out of 10. But I'm in a 5 out of 10 for the show, to be honest. It was all right. There were parts that were all right, but it was missing like something that happens in the beginning of the night that's going to end at the end of the night that's better. And I know that's sort of what Randy Orton's thing was. Randy Orton was that. I guess Randy Orton was that, really. I guess they sort of did do that. And that was probably the best thing. I think, yeah, the best thing of the night was probably Randy Orton opening the show, and then Randy Orton, you know, getting his match later on in the night with Dom. So, I guess maybe just didn't. I mean, I guess they did the formula that I was talking about. What can you do? It just didn't strike for me. I don't know. I would have preferred something more like crazy to go on at the beginning. Like after Dom and Randy had their problem at the beginning of the show, I would have preferred if, you know, later on, you know, Dom attempted to like hit Randy Orton with a car. You know what I mean? Dom tries to hit Randy Orton with a car. He misses. And then they set the match up for later in the night. You know, that sort of thing. I don't know. And then maybe they're about to start the match, and then Adam Pearce comes out, and Adam Pearce says, by the way, at the request of Randy Orton, and I've granted it, this match is now like Falls Count Anywhere or something like that. And they could have fought all over the building and, you know, done something crazy or something. I would have preferred that, like something that was a little more wild, you know, and then just sort of built. It just felt very like almost video game tonight. Like match gets booked, that happens. Now this happens. Cookie cutter. Everything is cookie cutter. AJ Adams, thank you for the $3. AJ, what's been up, man? How you doing, AJ? Jay and Joe's World, thanks for the $4.99. Nate Dog, thanks for the $10. Doshi, the 5, and Jake the Snake Roberts for the 3. Yeah, just they really didn't go for it. Why didn't they go for it? You know, like at Raw 30, you're doing Raw 30, Stone Cold Steve Austin, all these people are back. Why don't you set up some storylines that are crazy so that next week everyone's got to tune in to see what's going on? Hey, I haven't watched in 5 years, but I got to see what's going on next week. That was crazy. Why didn't you set up a ton of that? There wasn't a lot of that set up. There was some feuds that were kind of set up, but it didn't make you go, oh, I can't wait to see what happens next. None of that happened. Like, why didn't you have a guy, like, dude, what is going on? Why don't they get this? Like, it's making me mad. It's making me mad. Raw 30, you have 2.5 million people watching extra, and you don't set up stuff for the next week. You don't do it. Why? Why don't you do it? Now tonight, you've for sure had like 300,000 to 500,000 extra people watching, if not more. Why didn't you do something?
Everyone knows
I'm out the window. Yup. Yo. Oh my God, Mr. Mammoth.
Ain't no chance in my happy
It's
pants.
clock o'clock.
Your chance, come and take this dance and leave me here. I'm a bad motherfucker, ain't got no fear. What the time? What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker.
I said it's clock o'clock. Go bang bang, tick tock, in a fucking a sock. Oil shock.
2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said clock o'clock. I said clock o'clock.
Maybe CM Punk interferes next week and Seth loses the title. Idk. The show was okay, but was ruined by the default CM Punk speech at the end. I think everyone wanted CM Punk to interact with someone. Anyone. Like I want to interact with Nia.
Yes, Mr. Mammoth, you're 100% right. You're 100% right, Mr. Mammoth. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they have somebody from the locker room come out and start yelling at Punk? Like, have somebody come out and start yelling at him that's not Seth Rollins? You know, if you don't want to do Seth Rollins yet, fine. Why not have someone else come out from the locker room? And have it be a jobber. Have it be some jobber guy. Have him come out and just stand there and look at Punk. And then have Punk, all of a sudden Punk be cutting the promo and be like, and here's the other thing, I'm back. And then he can look over and he can be like, oh, are you just going to stand there? And then the guy could be like, you like whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Punk's like, what? What's the problem? You're not supposed to be out here right now. Are you doing something? Are we already playing games with CM Punk? We already going off script? What's happening? And then have Punk go out there and then have the guy be like, I was supposed to be on the show tonight having a match, but instead they gave the time to you. You haven't been here in 10 years. And Punk could have been like, listen, I can understand. And then Punk just waffles him and then GTS's him. And that's it. And then gets back in the ring and finishes the promo. That would have been fucking hilarious. Can you imagine that? Listen, I understand that you... And then boom, hit him in the head like with the microphone like he did at the Royal Rumble that time. It was wicked funny. Just fucking... Listen, I can understand why you're upset. I was your age once and oh! GTS, fucking the guys, and then he rolls back in the ring, grabs the microphone. Now that that's handled, that sort like just stupid shit like that is funny. Like do stuff, do things. How about this? How about instead of Nakamura cutting a promo on the Titantron for Cody Rhodes, how about this? How about Cody Rhodes is in the ring cutting the promo that Cody Rhodes is cutting, and all of a sudden a mist happens and it gets dark and somebody comes from under the ring and grabs Cody, pulls him under the ring, and you hear all this commotion, and then Cody is crawling out from under the ring, and when Cody crawls out from under the ring, the lights go back up again, and Cody's got the red mist all over his face, and they're like, oh my God, what the hell is that? What's all over his face? And he's like, and he's blinded. He can't see. Like, there's something. What the hell just happened? That sort of thing. And then after a few minutes, they could either leave it at that. You don't know what's going on, right? So now you're waiting to see next week what goes on. And then you could have Nakamura later on cut a promo saying, I'm very close. I don't know. And you're like, oh, so you think it's two separate things. But no, they're together. And you find that out next week. Or Cody Rhodes gets out from underneath the ring and he's blinded. And that's when the promo plays, Cody. And you're like, oh shit, it was Nakamura. Like, whatever, fine. But that gives it away that night. So if you don't want to do that, do what I said and leave it for next week. Who's the person in the mask? Who's the shadowed person that came from under the ring and dragged Cody under the ring? Or who's the even come from out of the ring and blow the mist in his face while with the garb on, you can't see who it is. Whatever. To create intrigue to next week. So the Punk thing could have been fun because now you're showing someone in the back is mad Punk took their spot tonight. They were supposed to be out here on Raw. They were told, I guess they were lied to, and they're almost channeling Punk like I was lied to by the big boss guy back there. And I know I'm not supposed to be out here. You're right, you're not. And then boom, GTS, like that sort of thing. Like little things like that. And if anybody else has a problem with me, you know where to find me. The last time I said those words, it didn't work out too well for the people that found me. Or something like that. I know it didn't really work out for him too well. He got fired. But do you know what I'm saying? But like they could have done those things to sort of amp up the show. All that AEW has going for it right now is, who's the devil? That's all AEW has going for it right now. Who's the devil? Tony Khan dropped the ball big time when he didn't hire me. No, I'm just kidding. But no, Tony Khan dropped the ball big time by not being an alpha. Not being an alpha. Tony Khan is not an alpha and it never will be. He's not an alpha. He needs an alpha to be working with him. Yes, he does. Tony Khan, you should have hired me because I would have been your commentator. I could have done writing for you, and I could have been your alpha. Because you need an alpha. You don't have one. I don't know where Jericho's been this whole time. I thought Jericho was the one looking after you, but I guess not, because Jericho's pretty alpha. But, as a man, I know you're a nice guy, right? I know Tony Khan's a nice guy, and, I like to think I kind of am too in a way, but you cannot be an alpha in charge of alphas. You cannot be a beta in charge of alphas, excuse me. You can be an alpha in charge of alphas. And the alphas will try to make their move, and you can push them back and kill them. You can pet them on the head, reward them when it's necessary, as you are the alpha leader of an alpha pack. And the alpha pack will perform well under alpha leadership. But a alpha pack will not necessarily perform well under beta leadership. Eventually, you will alienate everybody, create a hostile work environment if you're a beta running alphas. Because other alphas are going to get mad at the other alphas when a beta in charge won't take charge. And betas are going to get mad at the alphas when the beta man in charge won't ring in the alphas. So you're going to have all this chaos because you're not an alpha. And to come out and say that you feared for your life in the back, I feared for my life, my safety for the first time in wrestling, I feared for my life. Bro, Vince McMahon would never come out and say, I feared for my life. My well-being was in jeopardy. He would never do that unless he was playing a character, which makes me wonder sometimes if Tony Khan is setting up Tony Khan being a heel, being the devil, and he wanted to get heat, and he knew if he said that he'd get heat. Maybe. Now, if Tony Khan is setting this whole thing up, that's pretty genius. But if not, you don't come out as the leader and say, I was feared for my life. Triple H would never say that. First of all, even if Triple H did fear for his life, right? Say somebody in the back had a gun and Triple H was worried someone would be killed and Triple H even was going to be killed. Triple H wouldn't come out ever and say, at that point, I feared for my life. Now, Triple H might come out and cry about his heart situation. I thought I was going to die. That I know you could say that that's not very alpha, but that's his own personal feelings about his own personal medical issue, right? But Triple H didn't come out and say that other men made him fear for his life. I just don't believe he would ever do that. Even if he did, he would say, his conduct backstage was unprofessional. He put people in danger, and that's about all I'll say about that. Fact of the matter is, it was unprofessional, and we had to let him go. We're a business, and we made a business decision for the betterment of the company and for everybody's well-being. That's what Triple H would say. Triple H wouldn't say, I feared for my life. It just wouldn't happen. Neither would Vince. Neither would any guy with balls.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Dorked night out here banging chickens, horses, and daughters. Joe, why is the pervert on your show?
Oh, my God, A.J. Adams. Well, he fits right in, doesn't he, really? He's got a couple of... listen, he's got one daughter that's pretty good looking, apparently, according to him. And he's got one daughter that looks like a horse. So, linebacker in his words. So, I think he's worthy of being on the show for those reasons.
You raised a piece of shit.
He shits on his own kids.
My Vikings suck tonight, but glad CM Punk is back. Let's go.
T-Rev 24 times, baby. An OG. The Vikings suck tonight. Yeah, I thought I was going to win. I was trying to win some Christmas money tonight, and they blew it. So I got screwed, T-Rev. All I needed was one Dobbs touchdown or anything from Vikings. I'm
gonna leave this briefcase right.
I hate life. I want to die.
Right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase.
Pookie Wookie.
Son, run, you fat bitch.
What kind of name is that?
Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Oh my God, it's a bomb!
Run, you fat bitch.
I'm just gonna leave this package right here.
Look at those titties.
Look
at those titties.
She never drops the cigarette, baby. Never drops the cigarette.
Run, you fat bitch.
Your tracks today.
Never run so hard in all your damn life.
Gotta run. You gotta run.
Run, you fat bitch.
Wee owie.
Wee-owie. Pookie, what the hell was that? Pookie Wookie.
You raised a piece of shit.
Thank you, Pookie.
This show was pathetic. On that night I ask you to bless the Joe Cronin Nation, my Tony Khan, AJ Lee, Daniel Bryan, and CM Cuck post. Thank you. Have a good one.
Everybody, if you want to laugh at the best wrestling botches and memes, every day on Instagram, Botch Club on Instagram, guys. Follow Botch Club. They're friends of the show.
Superchat
It's
party.
a great channel. Thousands of views.
CM Punk was a flop tonight. Everything he said did not make sense. You can tell he was lost. You can tell. He said he's there to make money.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure what he was saying tonight. Michael Ferrante. Thanks for the $4.99. Yeah, I didn't really know what he was saying. I think part of it was because he couldn't feel the crowd too much because the crowd in Nashville is a little bit blah.
Shit bum.
I think that's a problem.
Jelly Roll looks like he smells like Nerdy's couch.
Yeah, Jelly Roll looks like he's going to have a heart attack roll at any point. So Jelly Roll, maybe you need to hit the, put down the Jelly Rolls. Put down the Jelly Rolls. But yeah, you guys got to check out Botch Club. Mr. Pico Boulevard, thank you for the $2 donation, man. I got to wrap it up soon. I do have work really early in the morning. A lot of people have come back to the show recently, and they're
We plan the spot all day.
oh my God!
I want you to jam it in. Oh, it's in your bunghole. Oh, it's in your bunghole. I want it jammed in my bunghole. Oh, it's in your bunghole.
We play in the spot all day.
Here's another payment for being wrong about Punk. By the way, that NHL penalty call I shared with you was hilarious.
I don't know what was going on there, D. Welsh. They called a penalty, and the referee was like, this guy roughing for 5 minutes, 2 minutes slashing, and then he's like, and everybody on the ice gets a 10-minute misconduct. It was like, what? I don't know what that was. Well, I have to go back and watch some of that. D. Welsh with a bomb. Oh my God, D. Welsh. Holy shit. Dude. Oh my God, man. Well, it's almost like I did win the football money tonight. Holy crap, D. Welsh. D. Welsh, thank you so much, man. A $100 bombs away. Wow. What I was going to say before D. Welsh just rocked the house, bro. Let's put D. Welsh up here. Is that some people have come back after not watching in a while because Punk is back. And they were like, Joe, why are you going to bed so early? I know that for about 5 years or 4 years, I was able to do YouTube full time. But before, when I first started my channel, I there was only a part-time thing. But yeah, I've had to actually go back and get a full-time job over the past about 2 years now. So, yeah, I go to bed earlier than you're used to. So some people are like, where are you going? And it's like, well, I have to get up at like 5 in the morning. And yeah. So yeah, I'm like a child star who like had a hit TV show for like 5 years. And then that was all that ever happened. So like, it's weird. You know what I mean? I'm like a child star, like nobody really knows me, but like for 5 years I had a hit show, but now I'm working at the regular pizza place. And it's like every once in a while someone comes in the pizza place and goes, hey, you do the wrestling video things. I saw you once. You used to do those videos. And I'm like, I still do them. So it's like I'm like one of those people, but a very small version, light version of that. But yeah, so that's why. So I have to really balance my time. That's why I don't really whatever. Anyway, that's the bottom line. A lot of people asked me this question yesterday. They were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Or why aren't you on Friday? So Saturday nights is monetize this, and then throughout the week it's all different. Anyway, let's go to Discord real quick. I can't be on there too long. But, all right, boys. We don't got much time, but you got a little bit. What do you think?
Bro, I think pretty underwhelming Raw.
Yeah,
pretty underwhelming.
Yep.
I mean, we were all anticipating a lot. We only got so much, and it's unfortunate, but it was what it was.
No, WWE had an opportunity. They had viewers that probably haven't seen the product in years, and they blew it. They wasted 3 hours of our time when they could have built a story or created some draw for us to come back, and they didn't do it.
I mean, they did a little bit, but not to the point where I think fans were really satisfied. Put it that way.
Listen, I think just it wasn't booked very well, this show. Like the opening segment was cool, and it's definitely that's pushing to like Randy Orton is going to eventually RKO Rhea, probably at the Rumble or something, which is going to be this massive pop. Maybe it'll be at WrestleMania. I don't know. But, that's all it's really pushing. I don't really care about Randy Orton faces the Judgment Day for the next 7 weeks. But
right, and Randy wants to really challenge the bloodline, but just the Judgment Day is just in the way. And then how do you get Randy Orton to SmackDown to take on any of the? I mean, again, you could put him with Cena, but then how are you going to do that? You know what I mean? What's the logic behind it?
They might do Randy versus Solo. But then you have the Judgment. Not the Judgment Day. Then you have that tag gauntlet match, which really was a bad decision to put on tonight. I don't think that was a proper match to put on. You should have had maybe just a regular tag team match or a fatal 4-way tag team match. The Gauntlet mostly consists of fucking like comedy act teams and, you know, teams that we don't really take seriously. Like DIY, I like them. I like Johnny Gargano. I like Tommaso Ciampa. But as I was saying before I got on the call, their time in terms of when they should have been put on the main roster has passed a lot. Like it's passed
10 years ago.
a while. Like 2018, 2019 is when they should have been moved to Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, they wouldn't have been booked like megastars from the beginning, but at this point now, they would have been in 2023 if they debuted in like 2019, 2018. They would have been established stars that the fans care about. Right now, they're like two nobodies that like the commentators are talking about like they're legends. You know, like nobody knows who these guys
legends.
are.
They're NXT legends, but even then, it doesn't merit anything on the main roster. And unfortunately, you know, I said this even also before we got on the call that, you know, again, the steak is there, but there's no sizzle. The bloom's off the rose, whatever analogy you want to use, it's there, but it's just
as you said, the Indian food's in the fridge or something. Whatever the fuck you said earlier.
No, I said that the dish is cold and you throw it away.
You said the Indian specifically. Specifically.
It is a saying, and again, it's not that much of a saying, but it's a true saying. So
the Indian food is in the fridge. Joe, have you ever used that saying before?
The Indian food is in the fridge, got cold.
Joe, but he phrased it like, and it's just like that long used expression. The Indian food in the fridge.
Any food in the fridge gets cold. Just so you know, like it doesn't.
Just so you know, you racist.
What? I didn't even remember.
I'm joking.
That's it. Mustafa hates Indian people. Confirmed. I get it.
Yep.
You're an idiot, dude.
Anyway, moving on. He must have hated Saudi. By the way, Jelly Rolls in the mat is on the show tonight. Whatever the fuck his name is. Jelly Bean.
Yeah, that looked like that looked like an AEW thing. I thought we were watching AEW for a little while. I was like, what?
Dude, honestly, yeah.
Oh,
that was so bad. I like that's when I knew like that's when I saw that segment. I was like, no, this is gonna be the show.
That's a bit of a look in the mirror, though. Like that's what our fans are. You know, that's who is our fan. That guy.
Jelly Roll. And then they had this weird comedy. I loved what R-Truth was doing though. With the fucking just eating these fucking green bumps, and he's getting it all over the fucking place. And they're like, "You ruined the couch." There's fucking sugar everywhere. That was funny. That was funny. But
I would have been in a place for Jelly Roll to be with R-Truth. It's like we're just gonna invade. Yeah, we put Jelly Roll and we put R-Truth on the couch, just eating those whatever I guess pastries that they had, and put sugar everywhere. But then you're making fun of him because he's a big guy, so you know.
Well,
Jelly Roll, bro, that was so stupid.
Would you like the Owen Hart joke?
Which one?
Would you like the Owen?
There was no Owen Hart joke?
I saw people mention because people were talking about one of my former co-hosts on this show, and because he does a podcast with Boogie. 8 years ago, right? 8 years.
Oh yeah.
8 years ago on this show, Troy, who's very sensitive person, made a very horrific joke about Owen Hart, and Tommy was in my living room and witnessed it as we witnessed Troy make a horrific joke back when me and Tommy C were flirting with each other, and Troy thought he would try to take some of the spotlight. So let's remember this great moment. Everybody remembers it.
But I'll save that for last.
Well, you can save it for last all you want, but it doesn't make a difference. If me and my brother Owen would stomp a mud hole in your family, we'd walk it dry, we'd drag you back up.
Quite honestly, it wasn't my best Bret Hart version. I don't know what was wrong with me, but
to Canada.
Taxi Cab was
and
better.
We'd make you play on the Oilers for one day, but we wouldn't let you wear any pads so you die. All right,
yeah, that's why I'm putting the Canada flag in my nose right now.
Is that your best Bret Hart impression?
Well, you are one disgusting slob.
No, but I can do better.
Beefy Mario.
Let me hear it. Oh God!
So Troy says, he goes, well, I can't do a better Bret Hart impression, but I can do a better Owen Hart impression. And Tommy goes, well, okay, let me hear it.
Well, you are one disgusting slob.
No, but I can do a better Owen Hart impression.
Let me hear it.
That's not Tommy.
Why is it? Oh no!
That was messed up.
I thought that was
Hey, look,
Troy
wait a
who
minute.
did that.
Wait a minute. It was Troy who did that. But look who's behind me. CM Punk's there.
Holy shit!
Oh
Why
my
does
God,
Tommy
this is
C
you've been
not-
saying it all along.
He doesn't. Where's Tommy C's chin?
Oh, he's never had one.
He's never had one. Okay, it's not like the angle of the camera.
Oh my God!
So all I'm saying is to get back to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to play that.
Sorry,
Somebody...
because I just know that you got a limited amount.
We
of
only
time.
got a few.
But
Yes.
all I'm saying is that they should have booked tonight to be basically like a mini pay-per-view. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should have had fire-ass matches, like matches that people want to see, and fucking don't do that stupid bullshit with Shinsuke because nobody gives a fuck. Literally,
Yeah, we were
nobody
talking
gives
about that
a fuck.
before. We honestly feel that Shinsuke, despite the fact that he's had big time matches, there's no wins that justify him being a threat to Cody at this point.
Right.
And Cody going into the Rumble again, wanting to finish the story, whatever they're going to do with him storyline wise. Again, Shinsuke is not a threat to Cody at this point. And whatever.
But did you guys hear my idea that I thought he should have come from under the ring and then misted him
Yeah.
under the ring and then threw him back up like cover but we don't know what just happened.
Shinsuke should have beat the crap out of Cody instead of just like, yeah, okay, you give him the miss spot, that's fine, but just beat him mercifully and like put him through the table, do something.
Well, mercifully, if he beat him mercifully, then Cody wouldn't be hurt too bad.
Yeah,
If he
that
beat
would
him
be better than
mercilessly, you know.
But the mid spot it's gay and it's overplayed. This is 2023. Everybody's gay. Nobody cares. Every Japanese wrestler's doing the missed spot.
Which I hate, by the way.
We just had this same spot not a year or two ago, and now they're doing it again.
We had this spot in War Games.
Yeah, no, we had
It's
this
like-
spot. We not only that we had this spot with like Nakamura didn't always do the mist. He just started randomly doing it at like Fastlane. So like, yeah, this is stupid. No, nerdy. I agree with you. This was a horrible episode for in terms of like what you do after the biggest return of possibly in WWE history. Like I can't think of a bigger return. Like I guess maybe Hogan, but even then that's not that like you know what I mean? Like it's not as shocking.
Hogan was
and it wasn't as long.
It was pretty wild to see Hogan back. It was really crazy. But yeah, this I mean, you know, if Punk hadn't to come to AEW, this would have been way more, you know what I mean? Like this would have been unbelievable. Like it would have been very crazy.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I just don't think anybody ever thought they were going to hear the CM Punk music like that. I think everybody had always been waiting for that TV static, you know, before his theme song. We had always been waiting for that moment on WWE television. It's like it's never going to happen, and then it just happens. And you're like, what the fuck? And they didn't capitalize on it. They didn't capitalize on that.
And Joe, I noticed this right off the bat when Punk was looking into the main camera, the hard cam, and I'm looking at his eyes, and I'm like, damn, dude, you really look 10 years older because he looked so tired. He looked jet lagged, despite the fact that he's probably not. But still, though, it's like
it probably is
like,
tonight.
Dude,
they flew from a little bit Chicago to Nashville.
Yeah, they'll probably only had maybe like a day's worth rest, but still, though, dude, it's like
no, he didn't have a day's worth rest. That's the problem.
Hey Joe, but I think that exactly. If he slept the whole day, he'd be probably fine with that. Jesus, the metaphors, the phrases. This is like, hey, it's like that old timey. It's like that old timey saying. It's like that old timey saying. You take down one Indian with another, or like whatever the fuck you said. You're like, you take down one building with one plane, or you take down another.
What are you saying? That CM Punk is a terrorist?
You chop off one reporter's face and then you replace it with another. I don't know. Anyway, no, I think when. I think what they're
how many beheadings does it take to get to the center of Saudi Arabia?
Exactly that old fable.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry.
I think CM Punk in his promo.
He's got a real pipe bomb.
Sorry. I think he was intentionally being disingenuous, where this is supposed to set up a kind of slow burn heel turn for when he faces Seth, so Seth can call him out and be like, dude, you're so fake right now. You said the same shit when you came to AEW. You're like saying you love us and whatever, but then you say, oh, all of a sudden it's all I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. So I think everybody knows what you're really here for is the money. You don't give a damn about these fans. And that's when
CM Punk can rebut and say, hey, dude, I plucked you out of obscurity for NXT, so you should be thanking me that you have the career that you have now. So
this is where because if you listen to Punk, the way he says it, it's like it almost is like he's putting on this. It seems very comical the way he's being like, I love you guys. This is home. It seems like it's almost intentionally super hypocritical.
Yeah, it didn't seem real. You're right. There was something off about it. If it really was what he was meaning to do, then okay. But you're right. There's just something off about it. It was good, but it was like, yeah, it was weird.
I swear.
No, that's what I think it's leading to.
You think it's on
I
purpose?
knew in my heart of hearts that I was gay. I thought he was going to say something like that or like something weird.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. AJ.
My life was in danger.
AJ's transitioning.
Oh boy.
But from the bottom of my heart, my life was in danger.
She wants to become a duck. I don't know. I'm fucking stoned. I smoked a whole blunt and ate like fucking spicy food. I'm going for like this weird buzz high.
Bret the Hitman Hart's back too in the World Wrestling Entertainment.
Shit.
I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, so I mean,
because Steel Worldwide said you had a good Bret Hart impression. You're like, okay, let me do one.
Let me do it. Yeah.
Kind of like Hogan.
Yep.
What do we got going on for SmackDown? Anything exciting that you guys are pumped for?
Nothing exciting happens on SmackDown anymore.
Yeah, and we don't know if he's going to be there. And what is? I mean, I don't even know.
Logan's going to be there.
Oh,
Logan's going to be there. Fallout from the women's matches, and what's that going to mean for the women's title picture or the women's Royal Rumble? Whatever the fallout that's going to be in. They'll start announcing who's going to be in that match.
Can I just say that the WWE right now, and I was talking about this with my friend at work, especially on Raw, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Mustafa. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But on Raw, the women's, like Rhea Ripley, right? She feels like she is in 2023 on the 2023 roster. The women that she's going against, women like Tony Stark, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, they feel like they're on the 2018-2019 roster where I don't give a shit about the women, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just feel like they're on a completely different show.
Yeah,
it's the booking of them. That's why. It's the booking and the fact of the lack of character arc and a lack of character development and the character connection with the audience in general.
After that banger of a match we get Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Natalya and Tegan Fox tonight. Like that's
for the women's tag titles, which unfortunately those women's tag titles are just dead.
Oh, you mean the women's War Games match?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say that. Well, I didn't think the Gauntlet was all that good, but
the women's tag title match even tonight was just god awful. And again, those tag straps that the women are carrying, I swear to God, the value has gone way, way down.
I kind of hate when people honestly, hold on one second. I kind of hate when people refer to championships or belts as straps. Like we get it, you're in the know. It kind of makes me want to like rip my fucking ears off. But
in other words, you want to whip yourself with a strap?
Ooh. Sounds kinky.
Yeah, strap. I immediately think strap on. I mean, that's just me, but I'm in the.
No, I just think it's just like me being like, and hey, like it's the wrestling business. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm in the know. I know what's going on here. Heel and face.
Well,
it's a strap.
I love you.
It's a belt.
I gotta wrap it up. Anything last we want to say real quick before we get out of here?
I just want to say.
CM Punk is back.
Besides that, I feel like the way today was booked, like a bunch of nobodies like Piper and Bronson Reed. It feels like that Triple H knew that like a lot of people would tune in. And he basically told all these nobodies in the locker room that you'll have your time to shine today until next month.
Yep.
But he just got put in these filler matches and like.
Yeah, and by the way, just give me an average show tonight, guys. Just give me an average show.
Yeah, that was the mistake.
Why? Why not? Why wouldn't you? I don't like. You heard what I said earlier, and I know that I didn't have the greatest ideas off the top of my head out of nowhere, but I mean, just the idea of setting up Orton, which they kind of did, but like make it more impactful. Do something
I think
else with Rhea. Like I don't know. Like have the Cody thing be a mystery and someone attacks him. I don't know.
I think they should have basically pushed a lot of storylines forward instead of just kind of stalling them. This is the night where things should have happened. This should have felt like a post WrestleMania Raw. You know what I mean? Where we get like a big return, or we get a big, maybe not a return, but we get a big turn. Like someone turns heel, someone turns face, whatever. We get something. But instead, it just kind of felt like a by the numbers Monday Night Raw. Oh yeah, and Randy Orton's back, and oh yeah, CM Punk's back. By the way, guys, that's what it felt like.
He's got a live mic, and he's going to say, "I'm home." But stay tuned for 3 hours for that garbage.
And even that, like the hype for that, the build up for that segment, there was basically it comes back from commercial, and like CM and Michael Cole's like, "We are going to KFC. This is brought to you by KFC. KFC loves all of you people. KFC loves you, or whatever." And then Slim Jim live, and then all of a sudden CM Punk's music hits, and it's just like it's a regular. Oh yeah, CM Punk's coming out. What they should have done is basically just build instead, like as soon as they come back from commercial break, just have the fans. Just leave them waiting and waiting and waiting. They start chanting CM Punk, and we cut back to the door. Backstage, and then they hit the music, and then the music plays, and then he comes out. But instead, it's just like they come back from commercial. Slim Jim is our favorite people ever, and then CM Punk comes out. Like it, I know it's a weird thing to complain about, but it was just something I noticed. Like they didn't really build too much anticipation to the moment when the moment was actually happening.
Yeah, how did they
because?
Oh, go ahead.
The pop was so dead when CM Punk came out. Like. Music when it hit.
They're tired.
Just like,
they've been waiting all night. It already ran its course. The excitement.
They ran out of gas. That's pretty much what it was.
But they should have just done it from the opening segment. It should have been the opening segment.
Rojas, it's like John Cena comes out like, "I'm home," and like you said, The Rock goes, "Finally, The Rock's home. I'm home. Everything's home." So CM Punk, like, it sounded almost like everyone else's promo. Like, "Oh, I'm home. Drop mic. Raw ends." It's like that's the same cookie-cutter
somebody made a video on Twitter where they basically used the "I'm Coming Home" P Diddy song with Punk saying that he's never coming back to the company, and then it says like 8 years later he's back in AEW, and then like a year or two after the fact he's back with WWE. So it was the funniest thing I saw all day.
Because Joe, I know you're not into Dragon Ball.
You must not have a great sense of humor.
Tonight's episode was basically just all CM Punk did. Yeah, I'm just gonna bulldoze right over that. CM Punk coming out, he could have said "I'm home" during the pay-per-view. He didn't have. This was just a waste of shit. Like I don't think they had anything planned for him. So they're like, just go out there and tell people you're home. And it's like. It seems lazy, and like maybe they didn't have anything for him at all before they signed him. Yeah,
should have planned something.
I mean, did you hear what I said? I mean, like I basically was like, why not go out there and say like I was gone for 10 years, and you know what I mean? I went to hockey games and I loved it. I went to other places and I loved it at first. I fought in octagons and I loved it at first, but in the end, none of it loved me back. None of it loved me back like this place loves me back, and this is a true love. That's why I was here telling you. Like, so he sort of said that, but it was vague and weird. But like,
it was very rushed. It felt rushed.
Did it feel like maybe they kind of didn't realize the time? Like, they maybe went overtime on a few things?
Well, he nailed the time. I know, because here's the thing. I go, he's going to come out at 10:52 in the chat. I go, he's going to come out at 10:52. I said that like
no, I know that you nailed that time, but I think he should have come out.
No, he
like
should have.
I think we should have had a 15-20 minute segment with here. You know what I mean? This should have been way longer.
Live?
I would have done something with.
Also, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been in fucking Nassau, whatever the fuck they were. NASCAR County, whatever the fuck with the home of Jelly Bean.
It just they never really do very well there with the crowd. The crowd dies there every time they're there.
They kind of sound like to be quite honest, it sounded like they were piping in fucking crowd noise all night with everybody, including Punk. It really sounded like either that or they like turned up the volume really loudly on like some parts.
Yeah.
Like some parts it was kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden It like blew out your fucking ear, bro.
It was like they had the mics hanging in the crowd area, and they would turn them up like you just said. That's what it sounded like. You're right. Because it went from like they're dead to like all of a sudden it's massive. It was weird.
Maybe that's why they didn't do anything, because they realized what's the point? These fucking people.
Yeah, like the Chicago will be great, but then Nashville the next night. Like we could bring out fucking.
What was that horrible place they went to that one time that the WWE even shat on them later? They're like, yeah, that place sucked. It was like it was when they debuted all those NXT stars.
Probably like Alabama or somewhere like that.
It was so bad, bro. That was so bad. And imagine they brought Punk to that place. Like, see,
at least Nashville's the best of the southern areas.
Well, the next Raw is going to be in Albany, New York, on December 4th. We get the Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins match.
That would have been way better. They were there.
If they did that tonight, if they had that match tonight, I know it would have been tricky, but I feel like at least it would have bolstered the card a little bit.
They might be giving the belt to Jey Uso because they got to get the belt off Seth Rollins if he's going to have some kind of feud with Punk. If that's where they're going, I don't think they want the belt.
Don't need to. I mean, what I think they could do is have Seth at Mania defend the title against Punk. Punk loses, but then then Punk turns heel and then eventually wins the title. You know what I mean? Like they could do that. Or they get the title off of Seth by either having him lose to Jey Uso or lose to Drew. I don't see Damian really cashing in anytime soon either.
I fucked Damian. I used to take Damian out of the bag and fuck him.
What would Damian do to your sister, Jake?
Rape her. She would rape her. I want to fucking rape Tony Khan.
All right, anyway, we got to get out of here. I'll see you guys later. We got more to talk about. We'll talk about it Tuesday and Wednesday. Tomorrow night, and maybe a little bit Wednesday as well. So don't worry.
Oh, wait. Before you go,
yes.
Maybe this is what happens. Maybe this is what happens next week. Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. Jey Uso loses. Seth Rollins shakes his hand. Drew McIntyre comes out of nowhere, attacks both of them, and then Damian Priest cashes in.
Unfortunately, Drew McIntyre would interfere before the end, but that's just WWE writing.
I'm surprised that Priest hasn't.
Even if he interferes at the end, even if he interferes before the end, they could still cash in.
It could be.
Oh yeah, well,
it could be. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
I feel like Jade Cole will debut next
Love you,
weekend.
boo.
Yeah, we'll get Jade out there.
Mwah, mwah.
Jade's titties.
All right, have a good one.
See you tomorrow. Sorry, up against it. By the way, on Twitter, if you guys want to go see it, I did my call of CM Punk returning if it was Vince McMahon, although it sounds more like me. But
Monday night on Raw. We'll see everybody Monday night on Raw. Wait a minute. What is that? Is that who I think it is? There's no way! We're in Chicago! Oh my God! That's right! He's here! He's in Chicago! I don't believe what I'm seeing right now, Vince! Well, you better believe it! Because it's CM Punk! Oh, I hate this guy! He's not really back here, is he? He's just here because they're in Chicago and he was invited tonight only. Listen to these people. They love CM Punk. And here's the thing. What if I told you that CM Punk is back in the World Wrestling Federation? No. Oh my goodness. If he's back, I'm out of here. Then get the hell out! Listen to this building! Listen to these people! They're exploding for CM Punk! This is deafening in here! Oh, look at it! Oh, great! Chicago, he can say a word over and over again. It's a place and it's where CM Punk's from, and it's where we are tonight. And these people from Chicago, they love CM Punk.
What's going to happen Monday night?
I'm being told that CM Punk will be on Raw. Good night, everybody.
And then tonight was tonight. But I really think they had an opportunity to regain a lot of viewers, and I think they dropped the ball. I think for the people that are going to watch anyway, they did create some interest for next week, but for the people that were tuning in specifically to see if they wanted to come back to watching Raw again, for those people, I think they tuned back out. So I think they kind of messed up tonight. I'm 100% certain on that. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night is Tuesday Night Rage. I will be live right here on the Joe Cronin Show for Tuesday Night Rage. Thank you, and one last shout-out to the man, D. Welsh, who dropped a $100 bomb. Really appreciate that, D. Welsh. Thank you so much, man. Catch you guys later.